Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Ria.
Hi.
How you doing? When we got off the phone, I've been scrambling, but I started looking more into some technology. I say, you know what? I really do. I really have a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. That's what I'm here for. Share the little that I know because it's a lot.
I appreciate it because it's really I didn't even know about some of this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, in order to not get left behind, um, we have to start learning it. It's just the way, it's the direction real estate is going. Everything is going, not even just real estate, just everything, you know,
Exactly.
with this
Exactly.
AI stuff and all that. It's crazy. So I'm gonna just give a few minutes for people to log on. I know people usually take a few extra minutes, so I'm gonna give them a few minutes.
Okay.
And then let's see. All right.
While we're waiting on everybody to jump in,
Mm-hmm.
I go ahead and give a big shout out to Miss Ria Cotton, all the way from the Bay Area. Shout
Yeah.
out to SoCal. I gotta admit, Miss Cotton, you are like omnipresent, and omnipresent means you're like everywhere. So get this. Let me flip my camera here. So I go to the K-Rap event, and
Mhm.
we're in this meeting, and we got Ria doing the training. I'm like, oh, wow, this is cool. So she's talking about all the technology and stuff, right? And
Mhm.
then we leave the training, and then we go into the voting, and then she's getting voted in. And it's like this meeting is supposed to go for, this meeting is supposed to go from like 1 o'clock to 2:30, right? And it's like
Mhm.
right on 4 o'clock, and we sitting inside, and we're like, oh my goodness, let's get somebody. And somebody say Ria, I just started clapping. I was like, yeah, let's go and get Ria.
Oh,
It
thank you
looks like
so
this
much.
thing happened. And so now Ria is in Southern California. So welcome, Miss Ria Cotton. Glad to see you again.
I'm glad to
Yes.
see you as well.
So Carl, just because I don't know if we've ever really met
Uh,
me. So you were on the last meeting, the last webinar, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. Did we meet at the Carol?
Consolidated. Yeah,
Oh, we
consolidated.
did. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Wasn't
you came
sure.
in and did your presentation on consolidated. You talked about the Fox Group, and I think at that
Oh,
time you were looking to open up Miami, and I think you've already opened it up, right?
oh yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah,
think that was that had to be before the summer. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I was waiting on everybody to come, but I do want to congratulate Miss Ria for becoming president.
Thank
Um,
you.
I'm excited because I think you're just what it needs. I think it's gonna be fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
And thank
good.
you for accepting my appointment as one of my directors on the
Thank
board.
you.
So
Yeah, thank you for thinking of me. If it wasn't you, I probably would have took some time to really think about it. But you're so organized, you're so well put together. I think that having you on board, I mean, there was other good candidates and stuff like that too, but I
right.
think having you is a great thing, to be honest. I think it's going to be a great move for the organization, um, especially for California, Southern California. I'm just looking forward to everything, like connecting and collaborating more. Um, I'm excited for it. So
Thank you. Thank you.
you're welcome. Welcome, everyone. We'll go ahead and kind of get started. Um, I am Ryan Fox, broker and founder of the Fox Group here we're in Beverly Hills and we're in Miami, Florida. We host these webinars once a week. So we do now this is something we just started, but this is called Market Strategy Wednesdays, where we just have someone come speak about something that can help us in our real estate careers. So last week we had a cold calling specialist, which was great. He gave some great tools and tips on cold calling to generate leads. And next week we have one of our title reps that's going to actually explain how do you properly read a title report. many of us, although we've been doing this for a while, a lot of us do not really know how to read a title report. It's a lot of stuff on there, a lot of information. So I look forward to having that next Wednesday, 12:30, same time, same Zoom link. Should be the same Zoom link, but you guys are all welcome to come in and join us on that. This week, I'm super excited to have Miss Ria Cotton, who is a friend of mine, who is a partner of mine with Cali Connect. She's Northern California, I'm Southern California. We've joined forces for the real estate sales portion of the market, but she's also just a great broker and friend. Ms. Ria has also been elected the president of the California, tell me if I'm saying this wrong, California Association of Real Estate Brokers.
Correct.
All right,
Yes.
saying it with me. So I just want to congratulate you on this, on that. I think it's a great, they made a great decision. I'm looking forward to working with you on that. But also, I just wanted to say one of the things that I admire most about Ria is we started around the same time, which is like 2004-ish, right? Is around when you got into the industry. One thing about me, I've remained pretty old school with a lot of things. And Ms. Ria she's on point when it comes to technology. I know there's so much to learn, but one of the things that I do like is that you are on point with staying in tune, staying in touch with what's going on with the technology and real estate. Not even just real estate, excuse me, but just the virtual world, the stuff that's going on that a lot of us see. We see it happening. We see it on Facebook. We see it online. We see it on the news. But some of us are we're shying away from it. Like, it's not where we are now. It's not something that I need to know right now. And I'm going to tell you this. So I dibble dabble in it. My 12-year-old is probably more in it than I am when it comes to roadblocks, all that stuff.
Definitely.
But we need to tap in because, for one, and it's something that we have to accept and acknowledge, it's here to make our lives easier. We can continue doing things the old school way and the harder way. But even with some of these AI tools that I've been seeing, and I've used some, these AI tools have unfortunately taken the role of an assistant in some positions. In some instances, I typed into an AI chat AI, chat GTP. I just said, these are some bullet points about me. Create a new bio for me. I want a new bio to put on this marketing piece. It wrote a whole page about me as if it knew me.
Right.
And I was blown away because I'm like, I didn't even give it that much information, but it put it together. And I don't know if it gathers information from the internet, but it literally pulled together.
It does. So it can gather information. It can actually gather information from the internet. And I think with their latest update, it stopped at like 2020, 2021. And I think with the latest update, they're in real time now. So they can actually pick up things from the internet in real time. Yeah.
That is so crazy. And it was free. Mind you, that was free. I had the free version because I'm testing this stuff out. Even our images. So again, I just want to welcome Ria. She's going to kind of go over some of the things she's working on, things she's tapped into, and present us what she's been building while some of us have been sleeping or maybe dragging our feet a little bit on this real estate and technology. So welcome, Ria.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you all for joining. I am Ria Cotton Landry, broker owner of Cotton Realty, as well as president of the California Association of Real Estate Brokers. And thank you for all of my realtors that have joined on the conference today. My brokerage started as a virtual real estate platform. So I never planned on having a brick and mortar office front. And so what I built was a brokerage where my agents varied throughout various different counties throughout California, and we work virtually. And I am an independent broker. I'm not powered by any other organization. And so there are some great ones out there, but I'm not powered by anything. So the first thing people ask, because they see my logo different places, are you powered by Side? Side is a great company, but I'm not powered by Side. So if I'm not powered by anybody, I feel the need to have to stay on top of where technology is going. And honestly, it's a passion of mine. So it's not for everyone. It's not for every broker to go and say, okay, I'm going to stay on top of the market and technology in this aspect. And that's why you may decide to partner with someone like Side. But because I decided to work independently, and really the reason why I decided to work independently is more of purpose, right? So I could join a larger brokerage, but my purpose is different. My purpose is to show my children and other people in my community that I can run an African American woman can run a successful brokerage in an industry where home ownership for our people are at an all-time low. And so that was my purpose. I wanted to think big, so I thought virtually. And in thinking virtually, from just going on to our team meetings on Zoom every Monday night, my trainings are on Zoom, my mentor that provides mentorship to my team members or my agents, they're all on Zoom. So I wanted to take it to another level in a virtual space. So because I'm like wrapped up in the metaverse right now, but because Ryan said real estate and technology, I want to add some other things just besides the metaverse, but I'm like a kid in that aspect. And so one thing that led to this, I think Ryan had asked me to say, how did you even come up with this? And so I wanted to take my virtual platform to another level. So one, I started to realize how the younger generation, which is the next generation that we'll be reaching out to for real estate, the younger generation is on Roblox. So when I'm asking what the kids want for Christmas, it's not toys, it's actually Robux. And these Robux are providing them the ability in a virtual space to buy a house. And then once they buy a house, they have to use these Robux to actually buy furniture and clothes and live. And so I was like, that's interesting. And so that led me to thinking about other avenues for a virtual space. In addition to that, I started just researching where the metaverse was going. And I'm going to go ahead and then share my screen for the presentation. Okay. So you guys see my little avatar? Okay. So, so the metaverse has thousands of worlds in the metaverse. So there's different spaces that you can be in. I currently have 2 different spaces that my company is in. One, this is spatial. So if you've heard of Fortnite, Decentraland, you've heard about Snoop Dogg purchasing a property in the metaverse. So there's thousands of different metaverse platforms. So I have one that I'm actually kind of building from the ground up. And then I have this one in what's called spatial. So where we are now, and I'm just going to do a little spin around before I start the presentation. I'm in a conference room. So this conference room is attached to my office and can house 200 people. So I can literally have 200 people in this conference room in a space and do a presentation. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just share my presentation now.
And Ria, really quick. So for those of us who don't fully understand this or don't have children that play Roblox,
right.
So with this, what you're saying is that conference room that you just showed with the seating area, I could join your, I don't know what you would call it, but I can join in here with you and I could be sitting in your conference room, hearing you talk or do whatever you're going to do.
Yes, so you could create an avatar, sit in that conference room, and we can actually talk to each other. And I can actually mute everyone, so you're only listening to me. I can control the volume to where I'm only talking to people that are only people within maybe 6 feet of me can actually hear me talking. So there's some type of privacy that can go along with it as well.
Wow.
Mhm. So I'm going to go to my slideshow. Okay. So the metaverse. So the metaverse is a virtual, interconnected, and expansive digital universe. So what we're going to talk about today is how we can market ourselves within the metaverse. Now, I had mentioned that I had two different worlds. There are various different people that are attracted to various different platforms. So although I am building my own platform, I decided to go into spatial because there are millions of people in spatial every day. And if I want to market and network, I decided that I need to expand my platform because I'm actually marketing my platform. So there's not millions of people currently in my independently built platform. So I decided to create an office in spatial because I want to be able to market in a wider audience. So it is expected, and remember, we're about to be in 2024. So it's expected by 2030, we could be spending more time in the metaverse than in the real world. People will be applying for jobs, earning a living, meeting with friends, shopping, and getting married using the virtual capabilities of the metaverse. Now, usually this would kind of be a hard concept to understand, but being that we were in the pandemic, we could not leave our homes and we were, working and meeting through Zoom, people are starting to realize that this is an actuality and this could really be something that is tangible. When we talk about metaverse, you want to think about monetization too. Another thing that attracted me to the metaverse is the monetization capabilities. Now, you saw my conference room. If I was having a conference with 200 people, I could actually charge per person to actually enter that room and not have my conference for free. Once you get in that room, I could have vendors selling all kinds of information, clothing, what have you within that space. So when you think about the metaverse and looking into it, don't just think of it as a virtual space where people are interacting. Think about how you can actually monetize yourself in this virtual space. So I just wanted to share some statistics. So more than half of people say they plan to join the metaverse for work. So the workplace is going to be, as we know, is remote. So they're talking about bringing people that are remote back into the workplace. But another way that they're looking at workforce is through the metaverse. So let's put it in the aspect of real estate and running a brokerage. If I am having a call day and everybody is working remotely, they don't have to come into the office for the call day. They can come into the virtual space and do their call day, receive support, motivation. We can have a rally before our call day. And then they can actually go into their individual offices where they can actually start with the calls. I can actually just imagine, I can have my avatar walk into the office with them and help them with their calls. So as they're walking through their Zoom presentation, like we're on right now, imagine this being a home buyer consultation or a listing appointment. I can actually be present with them and coach them through either calling, consultations, so have you. Also art and live entertainment. So when I talked about monetization, think about different coaching that actually when you think about stagers, stagers can sell furniture or art. I'm actually also building a metaverse for music. So that's a whole nother Zoom call. But I'm also creating a independent metaverse for independent music artists so that they can earn their own money off of the sales of their music and their merchandise as well as their performances. And then you see the others here listed here.
So this is essentially,
I'm sorry.
Real
Go
quick.
ahead.
So when you say the metaverse, because you kind of I'm getting it a little bit more now.
Mhm.
So when you say so the metaverse is almost like it's parallel to our normal universe, right? I mean, our setting. So the same thing as if I wanted to go into the office and have a meeting, I have people come in to our metaverse platform or whatever our room is, I guess.
Mhm.
And instead of us being on a Zoom call where we're all sitting around somewhere else, it would appear that all of us on this Zoom call are actually sitting together and you're more connected. And
Exactly.
okay, and same
It-
as when you have a vendor, if you have a sponsor that paid something to have their advertisement up at your regular meeting, you do the same in the metaverse.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, same. Okay.
Right. And then at the end of this presentation as well, I'll walk everyone through the office too, so you can get a better idea of what the platform looks like. But yeah, so it's just you know, a more personalized Zoom conference, breakout rooms, office. When you think of an office in the metaverse, think of about a breakout room. You start in a Zoom call, everybody's together, and then you have your breakout rooms where you may divide 100 people into groups of 5 to 10. So that is your office that you would go into, similar to a breakout room in a Zoom call.
Wow.
So this slide is just really to touch on the fact that when you see larger companies investing billions, if not trillions of dollars into the metaverse, it's kind of a sign of, you know, this is where we're going. Earlier, I had mentioned Roblox. So Roblox is like a metaverse for children to basically create and build their world in a virtual space. So if we think about the group that is in the metaverse and who our clients are, right? When we're thinking about financial literacy, as part of our realtist mission is to provide financial literacy. And so if we're providing financial literacy to our communities, we have to be able to communicate, right? We have to be able to communicate in a way they can understand us. And so this is another way to communicate financial literacy to our younger generation in a form of which they can understand.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
So now we're going to talk about the different types of reality. So there's virtual reality. And so it says virtual reality is a simulated digital environment that completely immerses the user in a computer-generated three-dimensional environment. Okay. And so that's similar to what I just showed you. Versus augmented reality. So augmented reality refers to a technology that overlays digital information, such as images or 3D models. So just imagine that you were looking at, and there's some platforms that currently exist. Imagine that you are in a 3D model, or let's say a 3D Matterport of one of your listings, and the property is vacant. Okay. We've heard, if you haven't, there's virtual staging. So you can actually stage a property and actually physically put in the furniture in the property. And then, of course, to save money, we've all learned about virtual staging. Virtual staging is where we then take an empty template of our property with pictures and have items, furniture virtually put into our pictures so that we can better market our property. Well, augmented reality is going a step further. Imagine having a property that's vacant, but then allowing your potential buyer to actually select their own furniture and design their own look and feel flooring of that property. Okay, so it's not for everybody, but there are people that are very into this type of virtual reality. And so again, it's a good marketing piece. So just think of when I go over these, don't think of, well, there's some people that aren't going to do that, but there's some people that are. And don't you want to be that person that's providing the tools and resources to put you in the forefront for your listing presentations?
Right.
Then we have extended reality. So extended reality is basically a combination of including both augmented and virtual reality together. So when you think of extended reality, really think of like being in an immersed world through the headsets. So the world that I showed you earlier, the conference room, we can see it online, but we can also put on a headset and create a virtual reality to where you feel like you're actually in that conference room on that same platform that I just showed you. So a lot of the confusion that came around the metaverse and virtual reality is that you had to create these headsets. And honestly, I know, some people have vertigo, and, you don't want to, depending on where you are, you don't want to walk into a wall. So there's very different aspects of extended reality that need to be addressed as far as safety, in my opinion, that needs to be addressed when you're putting on a headset. But you can actually have it set up to where you can also use the headsets when you're actually walking through a property. So just thinking about where we're going in the future and getting prepared for that type of reality for us. You can also, during your open house, you could also have a tool that if someone comes in the open house and downloads your app, they can actually create furniture and different designs while they're in the open house. And then you're also collecting their information during the open house at the same time. So the future of real estate in the metaverse. We are going to take a deeper dive into what that looks like. Virtual offices. So as I mentioned before, what you'll see soon is our virtual office space. So you can use virtual reality through the metaverse to create offices and meeting rooms. You can also have office buildings. So I was talking to Ryan earlier on the platform that I'm building outside of Spatial. I have an entire downtown area with various different buildings. So if I wanted to have a lender building, I could create that and actually have lenders can actually pay for co-working spaces to actually come into the virtual space and meet with clients. Again, another marketing tool. Mm-hmm. Virtual showrooms. So create virtual showrooms and host open houses. So everybody's familiar with Fiverr. Mm-hmm. You guys know about Fiverr? So Fiverr is like a freelance platform. So if you want to create a flyer and you want to, put some marketing together, you go on Fiverr to order whatever you need. So I happen to actually put an order in through Fiverr for something virtually, and the Fiverr was in Pakistan. And he said, "Do you mind if I connect you with someone?" He was like, "You're in San Francisco, right?" I was like, "Yeah, San Francisco Bay Area." So he connected me with a gentleman out of Milpitas, small world, right? He's in Pakistan.
He's in Pakistan.
He connected me with someone from Milpitas who is working on a company where he's actually creating a digital twin of a house. So he's still working on it, but he said, "Can I come to your open house? I'm building this platform, this company, and I need a test site." So he came to a listing that I have in Vallejo, California, and he basically took pictures and recordings of the entire house. And now he's working on creating a virtual replica of that so that you can actually walk through the property. Wow. So so he's working on his business, but I just told him, well, when you get done, I want a piece of this business.
Right. Right.
So consider me a partner, but this is just another example to show you where real estate is going. Mm-hmm. Virtual events. So I showed the conference room, but there's various different events we can have virtually. We just had a real estate conference. You can have a real estate conference, as I mentioned, online. You can have games. So one thing that virtual reality is known for is the games. So a lot of spaces are creating like scavenger hunts or games related to their industry to make the virtual reality space more attractive to the participants. So, or you may have, what else have I seen? Dart games, just fun activities you can do together. You can be in a breakout room. In the world that I'm building right now, I have an apartment. You can come to my apartment and we can watch a video together or something on YouTube together. I can go into my kitchen and click on the refrigerator and Uber Eats can pop up and we can DoorDash some food. I mean, I'm just trying to get you guys into where this world is.
That's crazy. It's like the movies. We've seen this in movies
Right.
10, 15 years ago, and now it's actually coming into fruition, like it's really happening.
Right. And I have to say, Ryan was like, this is crazy. Like, how did you have time? I really didn't have the time. So I was forced. So I actually had about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I had surgery and I couldn't leave the house for a month. And so I started, of course, building on my business because I couldn't walk. And so and then I got into this metaverse world and it just was on from there. And I have a whole nother world that I meet with in other countries, like at midnight. My husband is not happy.
That's crazy. That is crazy. But you're gonna be ahead of us. That's the thing.
But I'm here to share. You guys don't have to stay up until midnight. I'm sharing the information, I'm sharing the wealth so that you don't have to. So I mentioned earlier the virtual decor and design. So again, another way to fast forward in technology is start researching these online companies that exist where you can actually go into a design store and actually place different products that they have into your property. Flooring, all sorts of things. And so these companies also are getting with the waves. These furniture stores, these decor stores are moving towards that to market themselves as well. I mentioned the digital twin, so smart homes. So the gentleman that I met in Milpitas, the company that he's creating is after he creates that digital twin, he's going to connect smart home devices to that digital twin. So then you can actually have on your phone, you can actually control things within your house from your phone through the metaverse. So before we take a deeper dive into the metaverse, since this is real estate and technology, I just wanted to touch on some other things just for the sake of the class title. And that is artificial intelligence. So one thing that is tied to real estate is artificial intelligence, and you'll hear a term called NPCs. These are non-player characters. So imagine we take ChatGPT. Is there anybody online that has not heard of ChatGPT? Because I definitely want to show you if you haven't heard of it. Okay. We're all good? Okay. So imagine being in the metaverse and an NPC is basically a fake person. So imagine walking into my office and my receptionist is not manned by any actual person. It's basically a ChatGPT avatar. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you walk up to the receptionist and you say, hey, I want to know about home ownership. How do or Ryan, you said you did your bio, right? Hey, I want to know more about Ryan. Can you tell me about Ryan? And then through artificial intelligence, that ChatGPT will be combined with an actual avatar to actually not only type back, because Ryan, when you put in your tell me about Ryan, it typed back, right?
Yeah.
So instead of typing back, the NPC would then be an avatar that would actually speak to you and say, hey, let me tell you about Ryan. Ryan, blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
Okay. So just look out just get familiar with that because that'll be coming out, having the actual ChatGPT actually be bots. We've already experienced it when we go on different websites and it pops up, hey, how are you? That's just another form of ChatGPT.
Wow.
Next is AI video. So I love this, okay? AI video. So I love to talk. I love to talk to people. I love educating, but not all people in real estate are extroverts, right? We have some introverts that don't like talking in public, doing big crowds, but they have something to say. So consider this as a tool to help you who have something to say. And so I'm just going to click on the link so that I can share it with you guys.
Ria, if you have a moment, could you also show a chat GPT for a second?
Oh, sure. I'll go
I
back
don't
to
think
that first.
everyone has seen it.
Okay.
Really seen it.
So chat GPT. So we're going to go there first. So let's see. This is a platform, a company that basically allows you to put in information and spit back information. But I'm going to go to another, hold on, let me go to another site that, so I can give you a real live example. And come up with a question. While I'm logging in, somebody give me a question to ask.
Let me think. Have you heard about that, the NAR case?
Okay, good one. Good one.
I think that's pretty relevant for us on
Mhm.
this call today. So maybe we'll look into that.
Okay. Oh gosh. Let me think of, I must have just changed my password. Hold on, you guys. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to enter in, I want to create a social media post about the recent AR. What was it called? What was the case? It was Bennett.
It was NAR versus
The Department of Justice. And another question, the prompt that we can plug in there is, how do I set, negotiate, and collect my commissions now that the buyer's agent fees are going away? So we can do that later. We'll get to that later.
Burnett. It's NAR versus
Burnett, correct.
Yeah, Burnett case.
Okay. So basically, this is just I don't know if it's how real time this one is, because this is a free version. So in a landmark case, the National Association of Realtors is currently facing off against the Department of Justice. What's at stake? So as you can see here, it just created a social media post for me to post regarding the case. So
you guys see how easy that was. She literally typed in simple information, and this basically a robot or artificial intelligence created something that she could copy and paste and post on her social media. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah, a quick note, please verify everything, because a lot of times
Right.
I'm sure Ria is going to mention that, but you want to verify before you post it, because sometimes it goes a little haywire and it may say some stuff that's a little awkward, or it may repeat itself, or it may open up with, I hope this finds you well. And everybody know when you see something that says, I hope it finds well, it's Chat GPT.
Right.
Yeah, triple check it. Triple check it.
Right. So basically, yes, you want to double check. Again, this is a free version. What I usually do is I start off with the Chat GPT and then personalize it. So, so yeah. So, good, bad, or indifferent. I think less. We want to talk about the negatives too, right? It's not all positive. I find myself like, wow, like, at some point, especially with the kids in the news about writing papers and stuff, it's just like we have to still encourage self-thought.
Yeah.
So then we want to move on to AI video creation. So, hey, sometimes, like, I'm glad I'm able to talk. I guess I was a little bit of an overachiever because I was at the dentist this morning and I didn't know if the numbness was going to wear off by the time we got here, right? But if I needed to get a message out and I didn't want to be in the forefront, but yet you still need some type of video presence to catch the attention of social media because everybody's not reading, right? And so you want to be present and vocal on your media post. Well, here is Colossal, which is an AI video platform. So with Colossal, basically what you can do is create your verbiage, anything you want to say, and then you create your person, and then that person talks on your behalf, okay? So I'm going to show you an example of how I use this. Let's see.
And Ria, can you also create, this is actually something I'm working on right now for the Academy. I know you can do it. How would I go about creating myself as an AI character?
Oh, I'm gonna go over that too.
Okay.
How much time do we have?
I mean, you have all the time you need. We are,
Okay.
About 1:30, 1:45, about
Okay.
15, 20.
So you guys saw the black man, right? That I had just showed.
Mhm.
So I took him and I had to tweak his voice for a while to make him sound like he looks in my world, my eyes. But once I did, I dropped a script. My name is Keith, and I am a client. I dropped a script into that Colossal. And with Colossal, you can actually make your own. So I actually am in the process of, instead of it being Keith, it can actually be me. So I'm actually in the process of recording through them so that this is me instead of Keith. And then also doing voiceovers so that when I do create the avatar, I sound like myself. So I'm in the process of that right now. But it's Keith for now. So I took Keith, I dropped the script and said, Keith, talk. And this is what happened. Client Success Guide with Cotton Realty. You are about to embark on the exciting journey of home ownership. We are here to help you find the ideal property with the least amount of hassle. So there you go. Keith is talking through the whole thing. Once a pre-approval for a mortgage or verification of funds for a cash offer. So I don't have to worry about a million takes trying to get it right. I just tell Keith, hey, Keith, say what I need to say, put it on video. It actually lets you upload PowerPoint slides. So you create the slides, you create the script, your avatar or AI person says what they need to say. And yeah, you're on to the next marketing task, or you're on to sales, focusing on sales and less marketing.
So Ria, do you do this all yourself? Because I use Fiverr, right, for everything, or my team. Do you create these are you really hands-on doing this, or is it difficult? How easy or difficult would this be for your everyday person?
Okay, so yes, I started off doing it myself, and then I had my assistant start with it. So basically they could write up different scripts. I can proofread it, give them the thumbs up, and then they can distribute it.
Beautiful. Okay, got it.
The next thing in technology that we want to be conscious of is the NFTs, non-fungible tokens. So during our conference, we went over this and I had someone present on NFTs, but in short, I just want to give you an idea of how this can affect real estate. So NFTs are non-fungible tokens, which I encourage you all to research. Once you research it, this will make more sense. But imagine, it says NFT, this is a real estate company. Imagine having a real estate company and you have a listing that's been on the market for over 30 days, right? You're like, man, over 30 days. Am I going to drop the price? How I'm going to market this property? Well, here's another way to market it. You can actually turn that property into an asset. And then worldwide, people can come together through something called an NFT token and all come together to purchase that property. So it could be 500, and we're thinking into the future, okay? This is happening in the US, but there's still a lot of legal issues around it that need to be figured out. But the purpose of this is to start thinking of where our industry is going, right? So imagine having a property on the market and you basically have 100 people interested in purchasing it. All 100 people can purchase it through this token and have fractionalized ownership of that one house from anywhere in the world. Okay, how that's going to work legally, I can't tell you. I don't know how title and escrow is going to work. I don't know,
Right.
but moving towards that direction. Just know this. Okay. So now let's take, let me see what my, yeah. Now let's take a look at one of my offices. So this office is through Spatial. And if you want to create your own office, you can go to spatial.io to get started. So I talked about monetization, right? Right now I'm promoting 2 books from my mentors, but I could have my own book for sale in here. So you click on it, you're in here, anybody can come at any time, 24/7, your office is open and they can purchase books. Here's my team. So you can learn more about my agents. You can walk down here and any given time, anybody can come in and see what Keith has to say.
Hello, my name is Keith and I am a client success
Remember
guy with
Keith?
Cotton Realty. You are about
My agents can sit here with a home buyer. I have to move us out of the way. And do a buyer questionnaire, or they can review it and download it themselves. What else? Let's see. I have here, stop foreclosure. Someone here is interested in stopping the foreclosure. They want a resource. They can come in here and fill out a form and have somebody contact them from my office.
Wow.
You know, the good old, what do you guys do in your office, your live offices? Don't you guys have what's it called? Desk time? What is it called?
Oh, floor time.
Floor time, yes.
That's
So yeah, so in my virtual space, let's say that, you know, we're getting people in and out of our space. I can actually have somebody here for floor time.
Wow.
I mentioned the offices. So individuals can come in here in an office, meet with a client. They can share their screen and do a presentation just like I'm doing with you guys right now. I can close off this, so only the person that has the appointment can enter. Nobody else can just come and run in, which is really funny when they do. Every now and then I just have people that just run through my office from Spatial and check it out, and I love it. So they can stop and learn something at the same time.
So you don't have to, do they have to connect with you? Or if I just register on Spatial, can I come to your office? Like if I was walking down the street?
Yeah, I made my office public, so
public.
Anybody can walk into the office. But I can also make it private to where only people with the link to my office can enter. But I made it public because I want to share financial literacy information and have anybody come in at any time and be able to partake. You can subscribe to a newsletter at the reception desk.
I was just going to mention what's so crazy about this is I just think of Roblox. So this is a real life, it's Roblox. It is what these kids know
Right.
how to go in here and do. That definitely, this is definitely the way of the future, because these kids they're already programmed to design homes and talk to
Right.
their friends and build things like this on their platform.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So this is the office, and then if we go up the stairs, it leads us back to where we started in the beginning of this presentation, which is the conference hall.
Got it. And can I ask you, what does it cost to build something like that?
This actual that we're looking at right here on Spatial was when you first get started, it's free. And then as you add on, it might be like $25 a month, I think. And then for my independent space, I had to basically pay engineers by the hour and buy a license. So it could be more costly. But with this, I feel like I already have an audience that's familiar with the metaverse, because there's millions of people on this platform. So, which leads me to my last point, which is how do you get started? And what I encourage you guys all to do is go to Ready Player Me and create your avatar. So the reason why I'm in Spatial, and then I plan to go into other spaces, is because Ready Player Me is doing an amazing thing, which I think is amazing. They are actually creating an avatar that you can take into any world. So if once I create my avatar in Ready Player Me, they have made partnerships with Spatial, with my independent space that I'm creating. So once I create my avatar in Ready Player Me, I can take that same person into various different worlds, and I don't have to recreate an avatar every time I go into someone else's different space or platform, because Ready Player Me is creating these partnerships across metaverses. So my action item for everybody that is online and participating is to go to Ready Player Me and create your avatar. That's the first step.
Ready Player Me. Okay. I'm definitely gonna do that. No, that's amazing. I think I know a lot of people have to have questions. If you're not already fully doing all this, I know you have questions. I have questions. I'm gonna call Ria after this. I want to build a whole platform now. But definitely I think this is the way that it's going. So please, everyone, pay attention to this. And if you're in the real estate industry, you have to stay in tune with this stuff. Because of COVID, people don't want to meet in person as much. We're just getting to that point to where, they'd rather meet virtually, whether it's via Zoom or something like this eventually. So I think to just stay on top of your game. And honestly, I think I would be impressed if a realtor came to me and they're like, hey, we don't have to meet, but you can join me virtually and we could sit at the table. I would be blown away. And
You just reminded me of one other thing, Ryan, and
Uh-huh.
another reason why I'm working in the music space. That another thing that is really that we really need to address is social anxiety.
Yeah.
So social anxiety amongst our community in the world is really big right now. There's a high level of social anxiety, and so in the concert space, another reason why I started in the music space simultaneously with the real estate space is because my son has social anxiety because his father was murdered at a concert. So I didn't realize until his 17th birthday that I was like, hey, what do you want to do for your birthday? Like, you never mentioned going to a concert. Is there any concert that you want to go to? And it hit me at that point that he had this anxiety around concerts and going to a concert, and we had to work through that. But it's not just through trauma. there are a lot of kids that are fighting with social anxiety in the climate of the world that we're in currently.
Right.
As you see on in concerts, you know, artists are having objects thrown at them on stage. So this is actually coming full force because there's a lot of things that need to be addressed on how we communicate, manage, or interact in our own society. I hate that it's going that way, but it's something that we need to be realistic about.
Yeah, yeah. And with the way things are going, we might have to do this pretty soon. So I just say before it becomes a requirement, let's tap in, let's learn. Let's learn about it now. And we do have a question in the chat that says, do you have to create an avatar in order to participate? I'm gonna say yes, but I don't know as much as Ria, so let Ria tell you.
Yes. So you have to
Okay.
create an avatar. If you don't create an avatar, one will be created for you. So when you enter in, it's really funny because you come in different forms of I don't know how they generate who you come in as, but when I was just preparing for this presentation and I hadn't logged in yet, when I did log in, they made me an African American woman with dreads. So they're feeling my vibes, I guess. So, but if you don't create one, they'll give you a standard avatar to start with, and then you go in and create your own from there.
And is Ready Player Me a free avatar, or is that something you have to pay to get?
Yeah, it was free.
Okay. Good question. So yeah, you want to design your own avatar so you can, you know,
Represent. Yes, represent.
Yeah. Can you put your face on there, or is it just the characters?
So on spatial, I have two avatars. I have avatar with my face turned into an avatar, and then I have one that I created. The one you saw in the conference room, I created. So Ready Player Me, you created, but spatial actually has a tool where you upload a picture and then they convert your picture into an avatar.
Okay, but the difference is you can't take that spatial avatar to other platforms.
Right, correct.
And metaverse is separate from spatial, correct?
Spatial, just consider spatial a metaverse.
It's a different.
Think of it as a metaverse.
And
so
then,
think of it as the Earth in the universe.
okay.
Metaverse, universe, Earth, spatial.
Okay.
You can go to Mars, and that might be Roblox.
So in the metaverse is you log into metaverse and you have a creative space there, and you can also go spatial and do it or
So
not?
that's the fight. The fight is you don't. So metaverse is a concept, and right now there's thousands of metaverse platforms because there's a race to see who's going to be the universe that holds all of our
I see.
spaces.
So metaverse is a term.
Yeah, it's a term.
Yes. It's not a platform. It's everyone who's doing a virtual, anyone doing a virtual platform is part of the metaverse. Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay. I'm glad you clarified.
And of course, I think Mark Zuckerberg is trying to change his name to Meta because he's trying to monopolize it.
Right, something or trademark it to where, makes sense. So we have another question. Beverly White says, I just got the MetaQuest headset. So if I create it on Ready Player Me, I can pull it in there.
Yeah, so you can actually, there's a link where you can actually connect your headset to the spatial, create your Ready Player Me avatar, and instead of seeing the office we just saw on this platform, you'd actually see it as if you were actually standing right there in the middle of it.
Wow. Okay. Any more questions for Ria? Let's see. You guys can put it in the chat or unmute yourself if you do have any questions. I know I have some questions. I think this is amazing. So, and what's crazy is I'm going to tell you, I have been so confused about this. One of my friends, I think I'm going to connect you. He's in the music industry. He's pretty well known in the music industry. He's really tapped into this. I'm going to try to connect you guys. and see if all three of us can talk, because he's been trying to talk to me about, and I don't understand this.
Yeah, I would love to.
You clarified it. Like he dove deep into it, and he's always talking about it now. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't have a clue where to even start.
Well, now you know where to start.
Yes, you clarified it for me to a point where I get it enough to, it's like, okay. And when you connect it to Roblox, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Mhm.
It's starting to make a lot of sense to me now that you've connected it to the Roblox world.
And these kids spend hundreds
Oh,
of
yes,
dollars.
I know. I know. That's what's so amazing with it. And they play with each other. They do all kinds of things with strangers. They connect, they build their own homes, they're custom offices. No, I think this is amazing. So if you guys, Ria, I just want to thank you so much, because I know many of us, I know I can't be the only one that didn't understand this. Besides, this is just where everything is going. The biggest benefit of this is that you can get ahead of it now before it's required.
Right. YouTube University, you guys.
Yeah.
Somebody asked how to learn more. YouTube. Remember I said I spent a month not being able to walk. I was on YouTube day in, day out. Get on YouTube, start watching videos, learning more about it. Again, I am not at all an expert. I'm just sharing what I know with my community, so that we can all learn and grow together.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Again, this virtual world, this metaverse is really Zoom times 10 or times 100. It's just, it's virtual.
Especially when you start making money from it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the money part is what clicks with me. So
Right.
I think we have to take advantage of it. I'm definitely going to take advantage of it. I'm going to learn this. Again, monetization, like she said. Imagine making money from online in a way that benefits your business as well. So again, thank you so much. If nobody else has any other questions, we're going to go ahead and log off. Join us next week. Again, we're going to have a couple people from a title company come in and discuss how to read a preliminary title report, which is crucial for us real estate professionals. 12:30 p.m., same time, same place, Wednesday, for Market Strategy Wednesdays. All right. Thank you again,
Ryan.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
I'll be in touch, Ria.
Okay.
Me too. Okay, bye.
You too,
Bye.
Ryan. I got some stuff for you too.
Okay, let's talk.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you. Okay,
All right,
bye-bye.
okay. All right, bye-bye.